Dear students, this is a somewhat unconventional introduction to what I suspect will be a somewhat unconventional English class. It's my hope that you have arrived at this experience with an open mind and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone, if only briefly, since doing so will expose you to new ideas and a bigger world. But before exploring what lies ahead, I'll start right here at the center of my universe. I'll begin with myself. I've lived in Athens for longer than most of you have been on the planet. I moved here from Bowling Green, Ohio, which is where I earned my BFA in creative writing and woke up to my potential. I came from the area of Youngstown, Ohio, in the Steel Belt, the oldest of 5 kids in a dysfunctional Catholic family. Of course, I've learned over the years that many, if not most, families are dysfunctional, and that I wouldn't be the person I am today if not for my past. After all, we begin learning how to negotiate the world when we're young. Being a Catholic girl, growing up in the 1960s and 70s with an alcoholic father, a religious mother, both of whom were well educated, and a sister who had multiple disabilities, exposed me to a wide variety of disparate cultures. That also made me a bit of a rebel. By the time I went off to college, I felt ready to explode into the world. I entered as an early childhood education major, but soon discovered the world of literature. My most significant literary influences were Allen Ginsberg and the Beats, whose language was wild and unloosed, and Wallace Stevens, who believed we all create our own fiction. At that point, I genuinely understood that I alone am responsible for my own happiness. I met my future husband, as well as a handful of eclectic artist types, and redefined myself. As a young person, I had been very shy and what I might describe as fearful of the world. I was cautious. I gained a tremendous amount of confidence during my undergraduate years and seized numerous opportunities, though most would likely have described me as an introvert. I graduated with a major in creative writing and a minor in philosophy. I was accepted into Ohio University's master's program in literature and creative writing and continued my intellectual journey, though it wasn't as carefree as it had once been. First, I was awarded a TA position, a teaching assistant, which meant I actually had to get in front of a classroom and teach people who were just a mere 4 years younger than I was. Terrified does not begin to describe how I felt when I walked into my first, second, third, and even 4th class. Second, I got pregnant. Real life was calling. So once again, I had to adjust to not only a new community and a new real job, but the responsibility of raising a child. That experience changed me in ways I won't relate here. It would probably bore you anyway. But suffice it to say, it led me to the completion of my degree and a job at Hocking College, where I worked until this past June, 2015. But there were a few pit stops along the way. For example, during the 1990s, I got restless, applied for a Fulbright scholarship. I actually got it, and my little family moved overseas for a year, which is another story I won't go into here, but the experience pushed me still further out of my comfort zone and forced me to negotiate who I was beyond the norms of Hocking College, Athens, Ohio, and even the United States of America. Some fast facts. I'm not here this week because of bureaucratic reasons. I retired early, and I can't be in the classroom until September 1st. I have to take 60 days off. So right now I am sitting at CASA, waiting for Deb to come and tell me all about you. I live in the middle of nowhere in a house my husband and I built. Well, mainly my husband built it, but when it comes to hard physical labor, I like the word we, even if it doesn't always apply. I have 2 children, both adults. The oldest is a musician and an Apple genius, and the youngest is in college at Ohio State. I'm a nature lover. I enjoy hiking, biking, kayaking. In fact, I just returned from a week of ocean fishing. I've got a couple of dogs, a slew of cats, and I'm soon to have a half a dozen ducks. Right now, I am on a David Foster Wallace binge and am currently reading the David Foster Wallace Reader, which is a compilation of his works. I listen to a wide variety of music, from hip-hop to classical, but I favor rhythm and blues and straight-up blues. A few of my favorite movies include My Life as a Dog, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, The Royal Tannenbaums, and Moonlight Kingdom. I'm an avid tea drinker. I love Mediterranean food. I prefer to stay up late and sleep in a bit. I play the ukulele, not that well, but I was once in a band called Algie Krebs. We actually played at the Union and made one album. That's right, it was vinyl. And I absolutely love teaching. Most importantly, anything my sister tells you about me is a lie. So I'll see you next week. Most sincerely, Denny. Oh, P.S. On Thursday, you'll have another substitute, but this one you will be seeing later in the semester when we get involved with the community beyond the classroom. Patty Mitchell, a community fellow with the Barbara Gerald Storytelling Institute, will meet with you to talk about what's in store for the month of October. So please be here on time, and until next Tuesday, enjoy.